videotape, somebody's bound to get hurt. Too much videotape, somebody's bound to get hurt.
I never went to school for education or to actually, to like be a teacher. I went to school to be an artist. Well, I got into teaching computer graphics and audio video. That was my first real gig, and then I got into education management by just basically saying yes and yes to just more responsibility. Working at a school that teaches skills that you don't have, you don't feel as ingrained in like the culture of the school because you don't know how to do it. So coming here, I know how to do this stuff. So, or at least a good number of it. So for me, as soon as I got the call, I knew that I was probably going to take this job. Ocean Ghost started as a reaction to art school. So when I was getting my master's of fine art at OSU, everything there was so serious. Art, I think that this is 10 years ago now, but the art world that I was in was very serious and took everything very seriously. So Ocean Ghost was the exact opposite of that. It was how can we poke fun at a lot of the societal issues.
Sucking up sauce so it's hard to see. Smoking dope in a deciduous tree. Asking for presents on God's knee. Angels never put out for free. What does it take to make you laugh? Bill Cosby taking a bath. A porno starring a hot giraffe. Atheist declaring God's wrath.
My partner in crime, Jay Rhodes, and I were not at a place where we're going to get together. We didn't speak for about 2 years after our band ended, but we did get together just last month, and we talked about it yet, but there's no date set for any type of like a reunion. When I was growing up, I just wanted to listen to what my parents didn't want me to listen to. So I liked punk, I liked rap, anything that was loud and like really in your face. And then growing up, I was always in bands, and we went from power pop and punk into almost like a jam band. So I've been a part of almost every kind of band except for maybe like country music. No offense, country music. I don't like you. I like sampling stuff. I like really blending up all different genres. But really, it's just about what feels good to me, at the time. Like when I'm writing. When you're given the opportunity to work with people like Killer Priest or Crystal Castles or some of the acts that I've been extremely fortunate enough to like work with, I guess it's reassuring. Because as an artist or a producer, you're not sure that what you are doing is really worth a damn. You don't know that anyone, does anyone really care? Is this good enough? What sounds good to you on, one night when you're alone in like the studio? You may wake up in like a week and go, is anybody really gonna like this? So when you get those types of opportunities and you have, like some good press, and it is kind of reaffirming that, like there's a labor behind whatever you love. That's a labor of love, but it helps you see that all that work is, kind of worth it. So my latest album, A Mime and a Thief, it's called that because those are two things that I have long thought about myself. Especially coming from a world where I sampled a lot of music. I'm a thief. I'm stealing other people's sounds and their beats. And the part about being a mime is just sort of faking it, right? You're not really doing something. You're acting like you are doing something. So I took two of the more, I guess, critical ways that my work has been portrayed and said, well, yeah, that is what I do. So becoming a father has affected the kind of music that I make, because now my son understands it. So I have to be, I'm a little more conscientious of what type of content that I produce now. So my last album was a step more towards producing a record that would not be called explicit. I've also tried to, you know, have a balance where I don't worry about what other people think, and that's been a step towards, you know, not worrying what my family would think, what my kids will think, because if you start to really self-edit based on what other people think, then, you know, you're not really being true to yourself. So some of the struggles that I had coming up as an artist and as an instructor was, I have a terrible stutter. I've had a really bad stutter my whole life. I didn't speak for years. Through music, I was able to really, I don't know, it just clicked with me. So, but being on stage gave me the confidence to teach in front of people, to, so, you know, to not worry about who I am in front of, because it's all about, you know, like your self-confidence. So that was my first real struggle, was learning how to speak and not stutter badly. Just, you know, everyone goes through some of the, like, you know, some of like the similar struggles where you show up to a gig and you've traveled a long way for it and it's absolute garbage, or you get robbed and all your gear gets stolen, or you don't get paid, you know. At some point in your career, someone will not pay you at all. What's next for me is, I think I'm in a good spot where I'm going to stay the course. I don't think I have any big changes on the horizon. I'm going to keep really working on this school. Musically, I have a couple projects. I'm playing drums for a hip-hop group now, and I'm working on a solo EP with a guitarist out of Brooklyn named Crew Jones, and just keep making stuff in my studio. And raising 2 kids. It's the last year before my son enters kindergarten, and I will also be potty training my daughter.